Welcome to another episode of A Bad Idea for Podcast. Today, we will be immerse ourselves in the digital and content management world. And for that, we will bring one of the top leaders in the market. Okay. So, as bad idea for podcast introduction and as a bad idea for podcast fashion, I need to do a proper introduction. Okay. Please welcome the man who highlights the way for all American football fans. The man, the myth, the legend, Raúl Gutiérrez.
What an introduction, Juan. That was really amazing. I felt like I was part of the lucha libre match.
I know. I knew that we will say that because I know that you're a lucha libre fan and you know that this atmosphere and this type of presentation. So, how you
Yeah,
doing,
thank
man?
you.
How you doing,
All
man?
good, all good. Thanks for the invitation and for the introduction. And so happy to be here talking with you about anything related to sports.
Perfect. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So, for the people who are watching this episode, we need to give some context to you. So, now you're currently working for the NFL Mexico as content manager, right?
Yes, sir.
And so, the first question will be, can you share how was your career path leading to getting this role with the NFL Mexico?
Yeah, it's actually funny because I started working. My first job was, well, first like real paid job was at ESPN with you. You were kind of one of my bosses. You were a
Yep.
producer there when I started, and uh, I think that job helped me to develop like different skills through the time I was there. Like I got to know like a ton of people doing TV. That television for me was like very far away from my. I don't want to say like my path, but yeah, it was a different world for me, and it's kind of funny because I started like doing a ton of things that now I don't use it like every day, but they help me to develop other skills to get here to the NFL and to the content manager position I'm doing now. Then after ESPN, I worked for like different sport media outlets, some little outlets, and then I went to Sopitas here in Mexico. That Sopitas is a digital platform like news, lifestyle, sports, entertainment, and that helped me a lot because Sopita, the actual man, Sopita Francisco, he's really good at it. He's one of the first probably Mexican outlets person that developed like a whole ecosystem with different topics, and I was part of the sport branch at Sopitas, and that helped me too because. Uh, I mean, my social media skills were like every other kid in Mexico, but that helped me to transform and to get to know how to do it like a business because you don't manage your social media as a big enterprise or the NFL or whatever or Sopitas or a media outlet, you manage it differently. So yeah, that helped me a lot too. And now I'm here with the NFL. Uh, I'm in my eighth season right now. I will start my eighth season this year, and I'm super happy and super excited. But about all the things I've been doing the last seven seasons.
Nice. I mean, it's an amazing pet, and also that you mentioned Sopitas. I mean, he does have like a lot of experience because he's been in the business for over 20 years. So I mean, that's probably one of the best schools that you can have. And that you mentioned that I was your boss. I hope I was a good boss, or either a bad boss, but like some giving some learning for you. But
You
either
were
way,
good.
that,
You were good.
appreciate it. Um, so now, Raul, how do you approach content creation when you need to focus on like different type of audiences?
Yeah, that's something that I've been working like throughout the years. It depends a lot of how do you want to approach or talk to your community. The thing I've learned is that, for example, here with Mexico and the NFL Mexico account and handles, what I've learned through the years is that you don't you don't need to speak the same way in in the different accounts. You know, Instagram has a different tone from Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, um, and here in Mexico, what I've learned is that we can communicate a lot and engage with our community throughout comedy. Uh, that's one thing that has been worked for us like for the past 4 years. Uh, we communicate a lot through memes and
Okay.
through funny videos, and TikTok now uh, is our newest platform, but is probably the bigger platform right now, and the one that is growing faster for us the last couple of years. We're almost at 1 million followers. And for an account, for a league account here in Mexico that is so specific and so, I don't want to say small, but so dedicated to only one thing and one market, to get to 1 million this fast is really amazing for us. And and yeah, probably that's how we approach, or how I approach the content creation and how to speak to different audiences, because I know that some people probably don't want to learn or don't want to consume funny videos or funny memes or whatever if you're watching the NFL, but some people would like to get like the hard stats and highlights and more sport content more than entertainment and cultural content related to football.
Okay, that's interesting to know. Because yeah, I mean, I think that most of the people want to have something, like they want to have some content based on humor and being like something funny on it, because it
Hmm.
could make it easier to understand it, or and to follow up the stories that it's before and after that meme, right?
Yeah.
Now, for example, for you, what or who inspired you to get into the sports world?
Well, as you know, my family is big in sports. My grandpa was a huge sports fan, generally football, soccer, baseball, and my dad played football here in Mexico. My uncle played football here in Mexico. My brother just ended his eligibility here in playing college football. So it's like in my veins, in my family. I love sports since I was a little kid. I love going to stadiums to read about sports, to talk about sports. Yeah, consume like my everyday consume habits are like reading or watching or talking about sports. And I want to make a career about it. Like if I can get paid for talking or watching or just analyzing sports, is like super fun to me, and it's like a dream job. So yeah, that's why I took this path.
Okay. So basically, you're saying that you're living the dream right now because you're getting paid for doing something that you love and that your
Yeah,
family from or through generations been loving. So I mean, that's amazing, man.
yeah, it is. They're paying me to go and watch the Super Bowl at the stadium. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean that's funny because people who work at or works or want to work in the sports industry, and when you say that, and I'm gonna quote it, like they paying me to go to watch the Super Bowl. It's like mind blowing for many people, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like my friends are saying, like, "Oh my God, you're going to the Super Bowl," and yeah, and they
And
are
you're like,
paying
yeah,
for it.
again, yeah, another year.
Yeah, I'm going, and they are paying me for my time there. It's like it is amazing, because some of my friends they can afford and they can pay like
Yeah,
to go to the Super Bowl, but I always told them that they are paying me to go. Like
yeah,
that's my job. It's like yeah, it's mind blowing, and I feel so lucky for getting this job, this gig, and I love it. Yeah, for sure.
amazing, amazing, man. Now, for example, with all the history that you have and all the like your family being in football or in American football in Mexico, like for generations now, can you share a moment or a memorable experience that you face or you live since you start following sports?
Well, I have a ton. Uh, well, I didn't watch my like any other member of my family play besides my brother, because
Yeah,
my dad stopped playing when I was born. But yeah, like I remember like every weekend going to my little brother's football games. I remember going to the stadium with my dad to watch soccer or football or the NFL playing here in Mexico at the late 90s, early 2000s. Um, I remember going to the old Diablos Rojos Stadium with my dad and my grandfather. That now is a mall, but it used to be the Parque del Seguro Social. Yeah, like I got like a ton of memories that are matched to sport here, usually here in Mexico. My first time at the Lucha Libre, my first time at the WWE event. Like I got like a ton of memories that are related to sports. My first date with my girlfriend was at the baseball stadium. I asked her to be my girlfriend at Indianapolis at a Colts game. So yeah, it's like my life is tied to sports, and I have like a ton of good memories. Yeah, for sure.
okay, so for you, a stadium will be like the most romantic place. You can say that.
Probably not the most romantic scene, but yeah, it's like it's special for me. You know,
Nice.
it's like a special place. Definitely, at least in my mind, it is special. Yeah.
Nice. And I mean, with all the years that you have, like watching sports, like professional sports, do you remember one time or one story that was so powerful that inspired you or that has like a deep impact in your life?
Like when I was growing up, I read a ton and I watched a lot of documentaries of about Muhammad Ali. So he is one of my biggest inspirations, and the story about him and how he overcome like a ton of difficulties, and the world he was living in with all the racism and all the different opportunities and battles he had to fight. I besides the sport part, you know, all the situation in the U.S. when he was growing up and he was like getting to be the superstar we all know. Uh, that's one of my biggest inspiration for sure. Yeah, I got a ton of Funkos and toys here, but the Muhammad Ali one has a special place there for
Okay.
sure.
And now that you mentioned Muhammad Ali, he and I that's you can quote me on this because I believe that this story about Muhammad Ali, the fighter, the boxer, the man, the activist, inspire so many people in sports, as you mentioned, but also inspire people who like storytelling, right? That's
Yes.
what I believe, right? And then for you, how do you use storytelling to reach not only the fans' minds, but the fans' hearts?
Well, that's one of the parts I love about my job because I got to tell the stories, and uh, I think that my job and my team's job is to create stories that fans will love and fans will engage and fans will get inspired. And the way we create those stories is like, at least for my team, is we always create a story that we would like to consume. Like we define first what's the best format to tell the story. Like we can tell the story with pictures, we can tell this story with a reel, we can tell this story with a short doc, we can tell the story with I don't know, with a text, or we first define what's the best way to tell this story, and then we we proceed with the brainstorm and the ideas to that. The first thing we try to do is to get like this the main point of the story, and then develop all the branches that can be interesting for fans and new fans, because my job at first is, yeah, to like to, how do you say it, like to maintain happy and to keep happy the strong base of NFL fans we had here in Mexico. But the first task is to get new fans for us. So the best way to do that is to tell stories about the good things the league or the NFL has to offer to new fans. And one of the best things to do is like legends. We love to talk about Walter Payton or Barry Sanders or Peyton Manning, and to tell those stories that create the legends and the myths and all the good stories that are behind the sports. I think that's one of our main tasks. And other thing we like to do here in NFL Mexico is to connect the entertainment, music, movies, TV, and everything that is like part of this pop culture world with the NFL. So when we do that match, that helps us a lot to create engagement, the new fans, and to be part of the conversation, even if it's not like 100% about the NFL or American football. We love to be part of the conversation each time.
Okay. I probably am going to be off topic a little bit, but you will tell me. And I want to ask you as a fan, which of
Okay.
these three stories, which of the three following stories that never happened for you as a fan will love that happen if that was the case? One, Walter Payton scoring in a Super Bowl.
Okay.
Two, the 1990s Buffalo Bills winning at least one Super Bowl. Or Dan Marino winning one Super Bowl. Which one for you will be like, wow, that will be like the top of stories?
Ooh, like I don't know. The three are good options, but probably I would say the Buffalo Bills winning one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because Dan Marino only by being Dan Marino, it's a great story. You know,
Yeah.
the Super Bowl would be a good compliment, but it's okay. It's Dan Marino. It would he's one of the best ever. So yeah, Super Bowl would be good, but and the Bills, I think that now that they are getting like hyped up again with Josh Allen,
Mhm.
uh, having a Super Bowl, uh, yeah, probably it will be a good story. And Jim Kelly is also one of the great stories in the NFL, good
True.
part of the franchise. So yeah, probably that would be like more impactful for fans.
Okay, yeah, I'm agree with you. I'm agree with you. Now, American football has become like this sort of a bridge between cultures. Between,
Hmm.
of course, the birthplace of American football in the U.S., and then you have it in Mexico, and then it expanding to Brazil, here in Berlin, Frankfurt, Dusseldorf, Hamburg, Australia, and so on and so on and so on. For you, Raúl, how do you feel when you see that American football, something that you love and you have carrying through generations in your life, has this deep impact in different type of cultures?
I think it's amazing to connect cultures through sports. In this case, the American football and the NFL in specific has been doing like a great job expanding the game, and uh, I love to see that each year we have like a new game, a new city, a new country, and the teams are really involved with this expansion. And yeah, it's like for me, I feel like super super excited, and it fills me with joy thinking that my job and my work and my team's work is having a huge impact in different countries and in different platforms in different communities that probably they're, I don't want to say that they are not big, but as here in Mexico, but they are like starting to get to know this sport and uh, how wonderful and how uh, deep can it be, because the well the majority of people knows American football, and the first thing they think it's the NFL and the Super Bowl and the halftime show and whatever. But American football is more than the NFL. It's more than the 32 teams. It's more than it's American football. You can start to play it like when you're a kid, and it's like a sport of tradition. And now flag football is like having a huge impact in younger communities, women's sports. Here in Mexico, we have one of the best national team within flag football, and and yeah, I mean, if you start to dig in throughout all the American football world, I mean, the NFL is the top and the best, and the thing that majority of people knows. But if you start to dig into through all the things that football can be related to and can help to develop a community, a country, a school, like all those things, I think that's beautiful to think about it.
Yep, true, true, and has become that this way of understanding different people, different cultures, through one sport and through one common love. So that's pretty amazing.
It is.
Raul, we're almost done with the podcast, but I still have like three questions for you. Okay, the first one is you're almost you have like an almost a decade of experience right now working, right, in different media outlets, in different companies, as you mentioned. If you can go back in time, 2025 Raul, and speak with Raul from 2010, what would you say to the younger Raul right now?
Probably to be patient. Uh, wh- when I was studying here in Mexico City, my career, I was like super like anxious, and I wanted to be like the huge TV star when I was like 18 or 17, and I want to uh, like do all the things I'm doing like right now when I had nothing experience or like yeah, like I was not prepared to do all those things, but my I don't know, my passion or my anxiety was super high to start doing things and doing things and doing things. And now I look back and I said like, oh, all the path that I have walked through all these years helped me to be the professional I am like right now. So probably I would say to Raul, like, take it easier, like, chill, be patient, and things will go their way. Like, yeah,
Yeah, everything in due time, for sure. That's a
good
good
time.
advice. And now,
Yeah.
Raul of 2025, with all the experience that you have, and as a professional, what piece of advice can you give to the people who here in Germany, who here in Europe, or here or in Mexico, want to start working as content creators and start working in sports?
Like, one thing that helped me a lot is to be yourselves. Don't be afraid to put a little bit of you in the work you do, and try to bring something different to the things that are already established. Like, I'm not saying to like be a revolutionary or like try to change all the things or all the pieces in the board, but just like try to do something different from the things that they are like the standard at the time, so your work can stand differently. So that's my piece of advice.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, so for the last part, I need you to give me one word, the first word that came to your mind after I give you this. Okay,
Okay.
the football Mexican fans, American football Mexican fan base.
As a tradition.
Okay, um, pack a stadium in Mexico City.
Party.
Okay, the Colts.
The Colts is, that's like my team, like that's home for me.
Okay, family.
The best.
Okay, Águilas Blancas.
That's I think about my family with Águilas Blancas for sure.
Okay, and finally, Raúl.
uh I would say like sports geek funny.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Finally, Raul, for every episode and for every guest that we have here in the podcast, we need to ask at the end that they need to share a bad idea that in the end turned out to be a good idea. Now it's your turn.
I remember one at the 2022 Mexico game here at the Estadio Azteca.
Mm-hmm.
There was like a short ceremony for the flag national teams here. Roger Goodell gave them like a medal and a little helmet, and the whole stadium was like cheering, applauding the team. And I was like in the sideline. The ceremony was at the end zone of the Estadio Azteca, the touchdown zone. And Roger Goodell, like he needs to walk across the field, enter, and start giving the medals. So I in my understand, I wasn't allowed to enter the field to
Oh.
to capture the content. But when I was there, like standing and seeing the opportunity of Roger Goodell giving this achievement recognition to the national team, in
Uh-huh.
my mind, I was like, "What the heck?" And I started running through the field with Roger Goodell, and I was walking beside him, like capturing the content. And at the end, nobody said nothing to me. Like I was like free of charge, and that video was like really good for our social media handle. So yeah, that was a bad idea that ended up to be a good one for sure.
It's a good story. I mean, I can imagine Roger Goodell's face, like, who the heck is this
Yeah,
guy? Like, why is he
yeah,
running here? Like,
it was something like that. Yeah. Yeah,
that's pretty cool,
luckily
man.
nobody said nothing to me, so I'm still here. I still have a job. So
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. Well, Raul, so we came to the end of this episode. Uh, we want to thank you for your kindness, for your goodbye, for your disponibility, for your availability to speak with us, and also we want to thank you because all the knowledge and all the stories that you share with us, I'm pretty sure that they're going to inspire more people. So thank you for that,
thank
man.
you, thank you, Juan. Thank you for the opportunity, for the space, and for this talk. It was really good to to talk about it and remember all those things I shared with you. Thank you.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. So thank you again and see you around, man.
See you.